Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings, a LOTRO update. Alright guys, so right now I'll release this video as fast as I can, but now through April 13th of 2023, who knows, I'll do this again soon, they have the Valar boost to 140. So there's a limited thing, limited time. I want to, not only am I going to show you about it real quick, I want to have a little bit of a little talk about it, and then I am going to do one of them myself. So on my guide playlist later, I will open one, level up one of my characters, and I've also know off the top of my head that you were able to send the gear to other characters. So it gives you some top level nice stuff that you can use at level 140. Oh, sorry. Music's going on in the background here. Dun, dun. I mean, it's good music. We all like this game. That's why we're here. But too much music. All right, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll just have that be background. Okay, problem solved. So anyway, it's really nice. So here's a few things I want to talk about though with the boost. Okay, the boost is a really nice thing because it allows you to, as someone who maybe doesn't have the time to play constantly, or you know, you're someone that really wants to help boost. It'll help also boost your, if you use skill points, it'll also boost your virtues, which I think you could choose to use it on a different character if you want to level up one and use those on a different character that's higher level you already have or something, another 140 you have. I think it's a good thing. Some people might argue that these kind of things are like, oh my gosh, like, oh, it ruins the game. And honestly, I think it's how it's used, okay? I think it's how it's implemented is what ruins a game. LOTRO does it in a way that I feel like it doesn't just destroy the game. Now, I want to give you a warning to my LOTRO players who are new players. One of the best parts about this game, about LOTRO, in my opinion, is the leveling experience and the storytelling, okay? I think that's where LOTRO really strives. Now, granted, you could max level 140 and still go back and do the whole story, right? You'd just be way over-leveled. You won't be at the right level, but you can still go do the story. But I think that leveling experience is really good. So if you're someone that's new to the game and you're debating on like, should I spend this? By the way, I did the math. It's about $70 US for this Valar boost. Okay. So now some of you might be like, whoa, it's a lot. Some of you might be like, whoa, that's really cheap for how much time it takes normally level to 140. Yes. So it's both really, in my opinion. It kind of depends on your point of view. But if you're someone that's brand new, I recommend you try to get to level 1, max level by yourself with leveling. I think it's just going to be more fun for you as a player, if you have the time. Now, if you're someone that like you've played a lot and you really love the game, but you just don't have the time to get to max level, but you'd really like to be max level because you want to like play with your kinship or something, and you're like, let's say you're a dad, you know, you have 3 kids, and you know your wife, or like you're a wife and you have a husband and 3 kids, and you just don't have time to put in 2 or 3 hours a day for leveling, right? You have time, you have 2 hours in the weekend, right, to play games, right? That's it. I can totally see this is wonderful for those kind of people, right? And again, for me, I'm constantly doing content for you guys. A lot of times I get to the point where I'm like, I would love to just be power leveling for 4 hours straight, but I don't have time to just do that all the time. Because a lot of my free time, I'm doing a stream with you guys, right? Or I'm with my family, or I'm doing something else, right? So, and I'm editing, or like things. So like for me, I already have a max level character and stuff, and I used to have like 5, but I've been able to keep up with the last 2 expansions. But I think this is cool. I think this is totally really good for you guys, really good for us. So again, I'll have a guide video doing it and stuff. I do not think it breaks the game. In fact, I think like it is hardcore. There's a lot of things right now in the world of video gaming that I love that LOTRO really embodies and holds dear to a lot of those things we love about old MMOs and stuff and things, and they really care about their players and all that kind of things, but they do have to move up with the times. Like for example, they're updating graphics, they're trying to make sure everything is better in that area, so new players, they've updated a new area with Before the Shadow to make it where more players can enjoy the game that are new, to bring in new fresh blood players. They have a great, hard, loyal base, but you always want new players for a game. You always need to be having new players, right? That's just money perspective of a game, you have to have new players. So I think it's really good they did that, but things like this, again, I think it's something that needs to be in some of these kind of games, because as much as, and the thing is too, like with a lot of phone games, man, everything's pay to win, right? And no one likes that when it's just everything's pay to win, right? Nobody likes that. And LOTRO doesn't do that. But at the same time, for this, you're not beating anybody, right? You're just saving your own time by using the time you spent at a job to level yourself up, right? To get 1 level boost for your character. So you can, the free time you have, that little bit of free time you have, you can play at that level, okay? So from a perspective of an ethics perspective of gaming, I know that sounds super silly, I think this is good. I think it's good for the game. I think it's good that it's temporary, so they can get a little chunk of money to help keep, because I know they're hiring a bunch of new staff and doing stuff, and the game's growing right now. It's a good little temporary thing, but I like it that they don't do it all the time, right? They usually have a Valor boost for the lower level, like not to the max level, but the lower level. And usually when they do this, there's another level expansion that's going to be out soon. So it's kind of help people get there, so then they can be ready for the next one. So again, it's a good business thing too, from their perspective, right? But I think it is really cool that they're doing that. I also like their effect, by the way, in the picture with their like Lobby armor and then like level 40 armor, level like 70, and then their newer armor kits. But again, yeah, it adds good stuff. I'm really excited about it myself. What do you guys think in the comments? Personally, I understand if some people are like, oh, why do they do that? It ruins the game, right? I get that. I understand that to an extent. There's a side of me that totally agrees with you. But there's a side of me that realizes, like that scenario I just gave you, that some people just don't have that time to put in like we do, right? Granted, like a lot of my job now as a YouTuber is putting time into this game, and I still feel like I don't have enough time to max level more than 1 character, okay? So like, you get what I'm saying. Like, so if someone wants to spend their hard-earned money so that they can have those 2 or 3 hours on the weekend with their friends to be a max level, to actually be able to join in on a raid or an instance, and their friends now have a max level friend who wouldn't have had that otherwise, I think it's a good thing. Because again, it's not a pay to win thing, because you're leveling yourself up. It's only for you, so you can play with your friends against computer AI, you know, like any MMO, classic MMO, right? And granted, they have things, monster play, if you're going to say, well, what about PvP? Monster players start at max level, right? And they've made it a lot easier for them to earn points on their ranking up, was how they get skills in monster play. So again, I think that's nothing to do with pay to win there either. But yeah, here we go. We got some information. You are ready to explore Middle-earth faster? The level 140 ultimate way to celebrate the adventure of the end game content. It's only for a limited time. You are looking to experience the latest challenges of Lord of the Rings has to offer. Grab it. And there is a lot of new raids and stuff, which is also very well timed to put this out, because people are like, oh, I want to be max level, you know? And again, I understand if you're someone, you don't have the money to spend on this. Like, that's fine. Like, I just keep doing your best, keep leveling up, right? Again, I still think there is merit in someone who's like, I'm not going to do that because I feel like it's, you know, cheating. Totally fine. I totally agree with you, okay? Like, totally understand. But I also think it's okay for other people that can do it, right? And there's obviously, LOTRO leaves a lot of things that you can earn only by doing your own leveling and deeds and stuff, right? Like certain titles and stuff. So there's still things you're not going to get. You're going to miss a lot of things that you'd have to go back for, with the like more like earning special things. But you'll be all set up with your level. They'll give you a lot of your class points. They'll give you virtue upgrades and some armor gear. So you're pretty much like, you're set. You're pretty much set to start doing raids or instances, at least at tier 1 and 2 probably. And then select Valors from 50 to 130 are 20% off in the LOTRO store. So if you want to upgrade some of your guys to just lower levels, you don't want to get the max level one, a little bit cheaper, right? Probably only like, I would assume it's like $40. We'll look right now. I'll double check for you. I'll do the math right now. But yeah, so there you go. Pretty cool. I'm excited about this. Again, I don't have a whole ton of money, but since I play this game so much for you guys as like kind of my job too, even though I love this game, which is the whole point of my channel, I'm having fun and you're having fun, right? That's always the point. I thought I'd probably level up. I'd show you guys for a guide video, and then I'll level up one of my characters. So I'm gonna have to decide which character, right? But again, it'll be on my guide playlist. I'll have that video out later. Now, when it comes to the how much it costs, real quick here, let's just do the math for you. Since this is an information video and news video, I want you to be leaving like, not like, well, Zollin, why didn't you show me this? Because I've watched those videos and they drive me crazy, right? They say, they give you a little info and then they don't give you anything else and you're like, well, what? Okay, here we go. Let's open the store real quick here. All right, so it should right off the bat, if you go to specials, here it is. By the way, I noticed when you click this special button, it just brings up like nothing. So just type in, they need to check on that. Valor. Oh, well, I might have a filter on. Hold on. Learn more. Wait, why do... Oh, you know what it is? I believe you actually have to be on the character that you want to, like, you have to be on a character to get it. You can't just be on the login screen. That's very important, guys. I will make sure I will mention that in the guide video too. But let's say that I want to level up. I'm actually thinking about leveling my captain to 140. But let's just get on him and look at it in the store again real quick here for you. That's the main goal here, just for the news video. And then we will also do a level up later on the guide playlist, so keep an eye out for that. But again, I just want to let you guys know it's there so you can get it and my opinions and thoughts on it from a news perspective, because I have had people just talk to me about that previously, about other MMOs. So it really depends on how it's implemented, honestly. That's what I feel like. So let's open up this again here. Now that we're in the store here, type in Valar again. There they are. Okay, so again, you need to be on your character. Remember, when you buy the item, I will let you know too, when you buy the item, I'll show you this all in the guide video. You can see there's all here. So there's all 20% off except for the 140. So let's see the pricing differences here. So you can get a boost to 120. It's the same price as a boost to 130, so I don't know why you wouldn't do the 130, unless you're some person that's like, I want to just get to the 120 location, then okay, it's up to you. But they're both the same there, and then, of course, they've been adding these slowly, right? There's a Gift of the Valar, which is a boost to level 50, and that's 3,000 points right now. Again, a little bit less expensive than that. You're asking me right now how much the points are. Well, let me just show you U.S. prices, okay? Here's how points work. By the way, if you are a VIP, you earn $500 a month for free. So if you've had a lifetime membership, throwing that out there, or you got $500 a month, or you've just been paying for 2 or 3 years of subscription of VIP, you're gonna have a bunch of points up here. Like I mean, I have 4,000 right now, 4,800. That's not because I bought any. That's because I've just been earning it from VIP. So let's just do a rough estimate at $3,600 is $60, right? So let's say 7,000-ish something is $70, right? All right, so now let's go back to the shop here. Again, I would just type in Valar. So if you look here, right there, look at, so it's just over that. So yeah, the normal one is like 65 US dollars. That meaning that this one is probably like $55 for the 120 or 130. This is US again. I can't help you if you're in another country. You have to do the math. You have to look yourself. And then the 50 boost is obviously a lot less. It's half that, so it's like 25 probably. And then it looks like the boost to 95 and 105 are, well, the 105 is actually the same as the other two. It's still in the 50s, and this one looks like it's in the 40s to get to 95. But again, what you're really caring about is this one. So it's about $65, $70 if you do the math for the 140 boost, and they're 20% off for the other ones right now. They would normally be that much, so if you wanted to, you could just go to 130 for like 20 bucks less. Okay, again, that's if you want to do that. I still strongly recommend you be careful on what you want to level up, right? And what character, and will it ruin your experience with leveling up? Because sometimes this happens a lot with this, guys. You'll level up a character and you'll be like, where do I even go now? Where did I leave off? Like it's hard for your progression of your questing, right? A lot of times when you do level up, usually at a certain level you'll get a mail. So you usually get like 4 or 5 mails for all these different locations, starting zones like Southern Gondor and Rohan and all these different places. Like it tells you, we need your help, you know, a little letter. You'll get a bunch of those when you level up. You'll see in the guide video later. But yeah, so just be careful. Think ahead. Do you really want to do that? You know, I think it is worth it if you're someone who only has a few hours a week and you really want to play with your kinship and stuff like that. By the way, if you ever want to play with us, we're on the server CrickHollow, right? On our kinship. You're welcome to join us. As long as you're a subscriber, that's all we ask. And there will be, all my live streams always have a week-long link that's good for 1 week after the live stream to join our Discord, if you'd like to join our Discord. And also, if you're a patron, you get full access to that Discord. Actually, you get some little bonuses and other benefits. It says it on the Patreon page. I got cool little stories if you want to check it out. But anyway, I know you're not here for that. So thank you so much for staying, guys. Have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thank you to my wonderful Patreons. Thanks, Skumley, for being a Royal Guard. Subscribe button's there. My LOTRO Tales over there, where I do voiceovers to Lord of the Rings Online. That's my main content. But I know you guys love these little news updates, so I thought I'd throw this one out there for you. And up there, and my opinion on it. So you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Baruch Kazad, Kuzad I menu.